TAM mild jalapeno. End of season. Whether they're ready or not. Hard frost is coming tonight into tomorrow morning. Possibly Tuesday. So I'm gonna pick them while I can. So far I've gotten these off. I just started picking. There's a lot of fruit, but it's a lot. They're all pretty small. That's maybe, I'd say average, an inch, inch and a half. They're pretty thick. Some are bigger than others, but some are smaller than others. So, ready or not, here they come. They produced, there's a lot of pepper still on these. I still need to finish picking them. But, yeah, they're not. There's no way they're going to survive tonight. They're all going to die tonight and tomorrow. So, I think it's a decent plant. I tried one of these small green ones the other day. It had a nice strong pepper flavor to it without much heat. I'm pretty sensitive to it, and I didn't taste any. I think they got I didn't give them real justice. I kind of stuck them in the corner as an afterthought. They didn't get, during the season, a whole lot of sun. You know, they're underneath a crepe myrtle over here. And I don't think I planted them right where I dug up a crepe myrtle, so I'm sure the soil was fairly depleted. So they didn't really get a fair shake. I think I'm going to try them again next year. Slightly different variety. This is TAM mild jalapeno. I bought these from Bonnie Plants, and they were already like 6 inches when I planted them. I'm going to try a variety called TAM mild jalapeno 2, which is supposed to be an improved variety and from seed. And I'm going to try to I'm going to get the soil tested, try to get the nutrients it needs, and I'm going to put them in probably a more sunny spot. And hopefully I'll get the as advertised yields. These are supposed to be, you know, 3-4 inches long, with mild flavor. And I never got a pepper that big off of these. They turn red not too long after they get to this size. But it was advertised as high yielding, and you could see that is true. There's a lot of peppers. If you can see them, they're kind of camouflaged in there. But there's a lot of peppers in there on these plants. They're kind of hiding on the inside. So they have a yield to them, but they grew pretty slow. Most of which I blame on poor preparation on my part, and they never really got to their full potential. But I'll take a video tomorrow showing the sad state of plants after a hard frost. Also, I noticed from last year I didn't harvest my peppers in time, and they went through a hard frost, and that gives the peppers a very bitter taste. If you can harvest them before the hard frost, I highly recommend you do so, because they're basically inedible after a hard frost if they're still on the plant. Right, so until tomorrow. TAM mild jalapeno dead. Frost killed him dead. Deader than Elvis. What did I learn? Well, before the frost came, I harvested as much of the fruit of any size off of these plants, and I tasted them. Now, some of them tasted sweet, and when I mean sweet, not just not spicy, but actually like sweet, like a piece of fruit. But a lot of them were very, very bitter. Tasted very bad. So I don't know why that is. Why some tasted good and some tasted horrible. But I'm going to wind up throwing that whole crop away, because you can't tell which one is which. So I think it was a good plant in that it didn't have any insect problems, didn't have any health problems. I didn't get any blossom end rot on these fruit. You can still see some tiny fruit still I left on here, but they just didn't thrive. They didn't produce the way I was expecting. I mean, they produced a lot of fruit, but they all stayed really small. None got over 1.5 inches, and they're supposed to be at least 3 inches long. And the taste, some tasted good, a lot of them tasted horrible. So I'm probably not going to grow these next year. I'm 99% sure I will not, just because the whole point of growing them is to eat them, and if they taste bad, there's no point in growing them. So that's my experience with the TAM mild jalapeno. Yours might be different. Maybe if I had better soil and maybe more sun, because this spot's kind of shady because I've got this big crepe myrtle standing right here. It might have produced better, but what happened happened. So, end of the season, TAM mild jalapeno.